After Genji finished taking his late meal, he went out to do the nighttime rounds inside the mansion. Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Umineko, When They Cry, and I have some good news! Some very good news. Let's start with the most important one. Thank you guys for 93 subscribers. Unbelievable. We went up another one since last time. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have, because that's insane. That's insane. That is insane. Wow, 7 away from 100 is unbelievable. Actually need to be careful here because if we do reach 100, I don't know what to do. I feel like I need to do some special thing, right? 100 subscribers, but I have no idea what to do. So hope you guys aren't expecting anything. But thank you for the 93 subscribers. I feel like it was just yesterday I was celebrating having 90. So 3 extra. I mean, that's amazing. So that's the first piece of good news. Always appreciate it. Second piece of good news is I am done with exams. I had the last exam today. Woohoo! Fantastic. It went well. It went decently well. So yeah, I was mostly satisfied with it. Of course, not everything is perfect, but it went well. It went. So yeah, now we have. I was gonna say we have more time to record Umineko, but not really, because I have loads of plans now. I have loads of non-exam plans of venturing, I guess. So, so to say that I have more time to record Umineko videos may not be necessarily true, but at least I have more time to have fun. I think that's the positive takeaway there. So, is it good news for Umineko watchers? Maybe not necessarily. Is it good news for me? Yes. So that's why I said it's good news. I mean, other piece of good news. Yesterday evening, well, night actually, because for me it was like 11 p.m. for me. I was about to go to sleep, and and Johnny Depp won his trial against Amber Heard. So congrats to him. Definitely deserved. Big jobs. Well done. I think that's something to be happy about as well. So all in all, good week so far. Seems like, right? I mean, everyone is getting what they're deserved. Hopefully, for the most part. I hope everything's going well with y'all because we're gonna continue now. All right. I think we start by recapping the last part, and whew, last part was wild. It was crazy. It started off with Battler and Beato having a little talk about her keeping her promises, and Battler being unsure of how much of a monster she was and stuff. And then we cut to George and Shannon and Gora going to the chapel to get the key from Nazi's pocket so that they could go to her room, right? Unlock her room so that they could get the spirit mirror that will protect them from whatever witchcraft would befall them. Genji decided to stay. I mean, as you can read here, Genji he's taking his late meal. So Genji's alone. He decided to stay back. He decided not to join that gang. He decided to stay in the kitchen all alone. Which, for them at the time, they thought, oh my god, Genji, you're an idiot. You're just allowing yourself to get got by the culprit. But that honestly might have been the most genius thing Genji could have done. I mean, being away from a three group of people is probably the best thing, right, for the time, because all Beato needed for the Demon's Roulette was 3 people to die, and Genji was alone. So that, you know what I mean. You'd rather get 3 people in a row rather than go for Genji, the lone guy. So Genji actually actually saved himself there, kinda. I mean, if he went with them, it had been a 4 group, then Beato probably would have had to go for Battler and rest, no? Or maybe, I don't know. I don't really know what Beato would have done if Genji had gone with them. Maybe she would have spared one of them, like, oh god damn it, I can't complete the ritual like this. Ah! Something like that. But yeah, so they went to the chapel, excluding Genji. Genji had to do, he stayed back because he had to do his duties as a servant, and he's a loyal servant to the end, even if it means death. Um, So they got their key successfully, but then butterflies chased after them. So they ran back to the mansion. They managed to get to a room, still being chased by butterflies and goats. Um, Gora tried locking the door with his body. Shannon and George were struggling to well, they found the box of the spirit mirror, and then they struggled to get it out for a while. And during that while, well, Gora, just died. I mean, Beelzebub got him good. The sin of gluttony got him good, real good. So rest in peace, Gora. I mean, we're gonna say rest in peace to the other two as well here in a second. The butterflies chased in, went after Shannon and George. George, he was holding the mirror. Shannon did that awesome shield, awesome magic shield, just protecting herself and George. But yeah, death befell them. You know, but that is probably the best anyone has been able to resist Beata on her attacks. I mean, Beata attacked so many times before stopping them. It also helped that Shannon got power from the spirit mirror to form that shield. But of course, Beato's a witch. She's invincible or something. Whatever. Cut the shield, killed them both, and didn't even let George say "I love you" to her. He didn't even let him finish the sentence. Just rude, and before they die, she also gave them psychopathic speeches, right, about how Shannon is just furniture and doesn't get love, and love doesn't befall furniture. I mean, she's psychotic. Something's wrong with her. She's crazy. Something is actually wrong with her. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I someone even commented on my video about this, about like what must have happened to this witch for something like this to happen. You know what I mean? Like, what what happened to Beatrice for her to act like this? What has Shannon ever done to her? Like, holy crap! That wasn't even verbal abuse. That was verbal earthquake. I don't know what that means, but that was awful, basically. Um, and Shannon got the brunt of it, but Shannon didn't seem to care about her words all that much, because she thought of herself as a human and truly cared about George, and George, of course, reciprocated that love, that eternal love, and Beato denied it and stuff, but yeah, she's crazy. Beato's crazy. I don't really know how I can excuse Beato's actions at this point, other than unless she has some Lelouch revelation or something. Uh, Spoilers for Code Geass, actually, for what I'm about to say. Big spoilers for Code Geass. If you've never seen Code Geass, I highly recommend it, because not only is it good, but the spoilers I'm about to say are big for the ending. So either mute me or, yeah, because I'm about to spoil the end of season 2, which is the end. So spoilers for Code Geass. If you don't care, then you can listen to me. But okay, so only way I can really forgive Belt at this point if she's doing some Lelouch crap. But the only way that could even work, right? But even then, even if she was doing a Lelouch, then she's still being too harsh. What I mean by Lelouch is basically acting like she's the most evil villain ever and being super horrible. But everything is for the greater good. To save them. What if there was a bigger witch evil going after them, and she's just doing this ritual to save them, sending them to the Golden Land to save them from another witch going after them? You know what I mean? What if all this was to save humanity or the Earth or something? Like I said, some Lelouch type beat, type thing, right? Where she acts all evil so that they hit her, so that she can easily send them to the Golden Land or whatever. And yeah, that's her reasoning. But that's the only way she's redeemable. How else would she be redeemable? She's crazy if she's being for real. Spoilers over, by the way. I don't. I think it's. I don't really. Honestly, I should have thought about that better. How am I supposed to tell the people who decided to meet me to not get spoiled how they can just come back to the discussion? I don't really know. Um, oh well. I should have thought about. I should have thought about that. I shouldn't have spoiled Kogios to begin with. I could have made my point without talking about Kogios, but for some reason, Lelouch is the first person to come up, because whenever I think of something, for some reason, when I think, because I thought Lelouch was evil as hell, right? So that's what came up for me, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. We'll keep going. All right. We'll keep reading. Uh, this writer will probably find a way to make Beato a redeemable character or a more lovable character. Well, I don't. It's not that I don't love Beato. Okay, no, no, I'm gonna. I have to rephrase that. Um, because I like Beato as a character. I don't like her as a person, but I like her as a character. As in, she's crazy. There's something wrong with her. Clearly, something's happened to her to act this way, and that's what interests me more than anything, right? I mean, it's kind of like I'm, I'm I'm just referencing different series now, but it's kind of like Berserk at the start, right? Where when I first read the manga years ago, um, I didn't like Guts as a person, but I could tell my man's been through stuff. Like there's a reason he acts this way. There's a reason why he's so rude to everybody. He just kills people with no remorse like that. There's a reason. I mean, my man's been through it. And then of course you keep reading Berserk and the eclipse happens, and then you understand everything and go, okay. Still doesn't forgive a lot of his actions, of course. I'm not saying that, but it makes it so much more understandable. Just thinking that, okay. Just like Beato right now, I mean, I don't know if I can excuse her actions, even if she has been through some guts bull crap. So, but even then, Guts is one of my favorite characters ever. So I'm just saying, a person, her being not being a good person does not make her not interesting character. Beato is still a very interesting character for me. Um, just just why? Why is she doing all this? What is this ritual, man? That's all. That's what I want to know about Beato. It's definitely not a boring character. That's the most important part, right? You can be a bad character in the sense that you're a bad person, right? You're straight up a piece of crap. You're trash. But as long as you're interesting and there's some thought behind it, right? then then I can get behind it if that makes sense. So I can get behind it as well, right? If you're just bad for the sake of being bad, then no. But Beato, I feel clearly has her reasons for doing what she's doing, and maybe we'll learn them as we go. But for now, we just need to keep reading, I guess. All right. After Genji finished taking his late meal, he went out to do the nighttime rounds inside the mansion. He reheated the soup that Gorat started making and ate some random leftovers from the refrigerator. So he doesn't care about eating he doesn't care about the poison anymore. He's just like whatever. Well, I mean, not that he cared earlier either anyway, but um, yeah. Rosa did warn him big time about it, but yeah, he's in there. They were all things Gorat had made himself and were, of course, delicious. Rest in peace, Gora. Valiant effort from him, though. I've definitely gained respect for Gora this episode, compared to last episode at least, for sure. He had half-heartedly gone to ask Rose and the others what they would do for dinner, but he had been yelled at by a voice telling him that they had canned foods so they were fine, and the door wasn't even open for him. Genji! Man. Hey, listen, Genji. That was nice of you. Should have just stayed in the kitchen. Should have just stayed in the kitchen. I get what you're still a servant for the Ushiromiyas for the end of all eternity, but you know what I mean. Should just stay in the kitchen. You're ordered to by Rosa. Might as well, not get yourself in extra trouble. So ironically, it was the servant Genji who was able to eat the more delicious meal. Um, Yeah, Rosa's just paranoid right now. I mean, I'm guessing by the loud voice they're talking about Rosa, right? Why would Batter or Maria tell him to go away? They're definitely not as paranoid about everything as Rosa is, I think. Or perhaps, as Batter was saying, maybe they're the ones that are not taking things seriously enough. I feel like from Rosa's perspective, I understand where she's coming from. I understand why she's acting like this. It's not like I blame her. It's not like I'm saying it doesn't make sense. It's you know I'm just saying that it would be her to be the person to scream out to Genji, "Go! We got canned food!" Right? But even though all of those crimes had been committed and many people had already met a brutal end, why was it that Genji wasn't afraid to do the rounds all by himself? Cause Genji's on something. Genji's got knife skills. That's why he's not afraid. He's got. What? Did you see what he did against fake minion Kanon? What? Genji has no reason to be afraid of anything. Did you see what he did to that butterfly as well? He just threw a knife that was chasing after the gang that were going to the chapel. Not that it helped too much because they all died in the end, but still, Genji's a G. Judging by his appearance as he carried out his normal tasks without a trace of fear, as though everything was normal, you might think that all the horrible events that had happened today were just a dream or an illusion. I think part of it is too that Genji's furniture. I mean, he's peak furniture. I mean, we've seen Kanon and Shannon fight with their saber swords. Whatever Genji's sword is carrying right now, because of how much of a furniture I mean, just prime servant furniture. He's probably got the best. He's probably got a freaking saber nuke. That's what he's got. Dude, a saber nuke sounds so cool. I have never seen that done before. Please, someone give Genji that saber nuke. He deserves that for being such an excellent servant. He gets saber nuke. Even he could take down Beato, bro. Holy crap, he'd be the best servant ever. Dude, the seven stakes of the seven deadly sins, they ain't got nothing on a saber nuke from Genji. Just saying, I mean, he's such an exemplary servant. It's amazing. Was he taking a philosophic view or was it simply resignation? Part of it, I think, is definitely that, yeah. Genji cares more about doing his duties than actually dying, which is, yeah, crazy to think about. But yeah. Genji must have considered it a virtue to systematically carry out his duty until the last moment. Since the fate that awaited him was unavoidable, maybe. Maybe his fate is to go to the Golden Land, though, haha. Well, Beato's hate for furniture last part may make it sound like uh, furniture won't go to the Golden Land. She really was going after Shannon there. Huh. It would probably be eternally impossible to perceive the depths of his heart unless he told of it himself. Mm-hmm. Because he had given the master key back to Rosa, the places he could go to were extremely limited. All he could do was walk around the hallways, checking to make sure that the windows were closed. So he was able to go around that route far more quickly than usual. The courtyard! Why are you out here, Genji? You're making the rounds in the courtyard as well? We haven't been here in a while, since Battler went out here in episode 1. MGH, oh my god, it's the formula again. It's the formula for potential energy in physics. Good to see. Mass times the acceleration, gravitational acceleration on Earth, times the height. That's the energy. Give me those joules. Alright, MGH. What's up, Genji? Did you notice? Did you see Newton? Did you meet up with Isaac Newton after you said MGH? After the sound of a moderate knock, Auntie Rosa, who had been falling into those shortly before, jumped and woke up, pointing the barrel of the gun at the door as she yelled, a moderate knock. Oh, Genji must have noted. I think. Alright, so my first thought is Genji noticed just a second ago. Genji noticed Kenzo's body in the courtyard, then went back to the parlor to knock for Rosa and the rest. But Rosa falling into a doze, yeah, because she's barely slept, right? And she's trying to keep watch. But if there's a culprit out there and she's being desperate, then falling into a doze is probably not the best idea. Who is it? I was napping on a sofa and that voice also brought me back to reality. Snap back to reality. Wow, is Slim Shady out here too? We're gonna hear some Eminem show going on.
ローザ様 源氏でございます。
It is Genji. I found Kinzo's body. Maybe it could have been. It could be one of the three people that just died, or Kumasawa and Nanjo. We'll see.
何か用なの？扉は開けなくて結構よ。そのままで話して。
We'll be fine without opening the door. Tell us from there.
はい。それではこのままで失礼させていただきます。
Forgive me for speaking this fashion. Is it Kinzo? Is it Nanjo? Is it Kumasawa? Or is it one of the three people that died in Natsu's room?
南條先生と熊沢の遺体を見つけました。
Okay. Yeah, I guess that probably makes more sense than Kinzo's body. I found the bodies of Dr. Nanjo Kumasawa. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense. Yeah. Because now they're also proving in Rosa's eyes that they're not the culprits, right? Haha, because it's you know, you can only trust yourself and the dead. Now they're dead. He's found the bodies. There you go. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, we knew he found a body, right? But it was a question of whether it was one of the three people that just died or whether it was Nanjin Kumasawa or Kinzo. I was thinking either Kinzo or Nanjin Kumasawa, but I guess Kinzo wouldn't make much sense right now. Is Kinzo still in his study then? Don't tell me he's gonna be in the boiler room again. He could still be alive, to be fair. I mean, that was a heck of a voice crack, by the way. But I mean, Beoto could Beato is gonna kill everyone in the end, so it's just a matter of time, whether she chooses to kill Kinzo right now or not. I don't really know how that works. Again, I don't really know the details of the ritual because it doesn't really make sense for me right now.
なんだって。
What you say?
そう。わかったわ。確認に行きましょう。
Okay, so they're actually gonna get out of the parlor for once.
死体を見ない限り、私は誰も信じない。
Until they see the corpses, I won't believe anybody. Battler, yeah, Battler's not. Battler still probably doesn't like how much Rosa mistrusts the servants. Dislikes, not mislikes. Mislikes is not a word.
大丈夫だよバトラー。
I hope I didn't say mislikes. That sounds.
マリアといれば絶対に大丈夫。
Why? Honestly, if I was in Battler's shoes right now, this is so weird. This is the first time I'd be comforted by a 9-year-old and actually felt safe about it. Never have I felt more safer in a 9-year-old telling me that if I'm with them, I'll be safe. That's actually making me feel safe. Maria, you have some crazy powers. You know what I mean? Typically, it's someone older than you, right? Someone older, telling you that it's okay. But even someone like Rosa, right? But Maria saying this, honestly, I feel safer with Maria than Rosa at this point. Right? Because her connection with Beato, what the frick? Ugh. Maybe my face was shadowed with anxiety. Maria grasped my hand with her small hand and spoke softly, trying to give me courage. Well, did it work? Because it worked for me. Since it was Auntie Rose's job to ready the gun and stand guard, it fell to me to remove the barricade of sofas. When I finished, I took a backward glance at Auntie Rosa, who was pointing the barrel of the gun over my shoulder, and opened the door. Over your shoulder, holy crap.
ケンジさん、二人の死体はどこに？
Genji, where are the corpses?
中庭です。ご案内いたします。
I shall guide you to the courtyard. Alright.
バトラ君待って。
Wow!
念のため部屋の戸締まりを確認していくわ。ちょっと待ってね。
I'm going to check the doors and windows of this room before we go. Wait a second. For some reason, I don't know why she's saying this, even though I feel like I should know. Just in case you go check the doors and windows of this room, of the parlor, right? Obviously. But why would she do that? For any culprits? Why would she do that? I'm probably just dumb, honestly. This is why I'm dumb, y'all. I don't know why she's doing that. Auntie Rosa called me to a halt to prevent me from going on ahead and began to carefully check the locks on each of the windows. But why now? Why? Why is she checking now as they're leaving? Why hasn't she already checked whether they were locked or not? Why is she checking them now? There's something Rosa's thinking about. Well, there's a reason why Rosa's doing this, but I don't... My mind is for some reason not getting it. And I feel like I should be getting it. But those locks had already been checked once. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There's a reason she's doing this. Is it to check to make sure that the bodies weren't carried through the parlor? No? That doesn't make sense because they're there the whole time. I don't know. It felt kind of unpleasant, as though she suspected that I might have secretly unlocked them when she wasn't looking. No. Maybe she was right to be this cautious. I mean, yeah, she's right to be cautious, but I don't... Also, I feel like you'd notice if Battler had unlocked one of them. Wouldn't you hear a big clank sound when you unlock the door? I feel like when I unlock the door, I just do a big clank sound. Anyone would hear it. I know she was dozing off, but was she dozing off that bad? Even though it was called a courtyard, it wasn't really a pretty place you could take a walk in like the Rose Garden. On the contrary, since it was surrounded by the mansion on all sides, it made you feel a little discomfort, as though it was telling you that you couldn't escape from the mansion even if you tried to escape to the outside. On the other hand, thanks to that, even though the violent winds could be heard, the wind itself was blocked. Well, that's nice. The rain still isn't blocked though. Y'all are still gonna get wet without umbrellas. Genji-san held out an umbrella. Oh, but Auntie Rosa ignored him. Get your umbrella out of here. That's what she said. As in, that wasn't a sexual joke. That is literally what she said. No, it's not literally what she said, but that's what I imagined is what she said. Alright. Holy crap, I really had to explain myself for no reason there. Alright. She probably wanted to say that the gun took two hands, so taking the umbrella would be dangerous because she wouldn't be able to fire the gun. But then he should hold the umbrella over her, if he's a real servant. Even without Genji-san pointing his finger, we could tell immediately. Right in the center of the courtyard, we could see where Nanja and Kumasawa lay. Auntie Rosa entered the courtyard without even an umbrella. So Genji-san and I also entered the courtyard without opening one. Only Maria had one open like normal. As long as you stay with Maria, you're good, bro.
Maria, これはあれだな。
Is this you know, Maria?
おお、第7の番と第8の番だね。
Alright. 78 Twilight. Let me check to make sure if I know them correctly. So knee and leg. I see. So head, chest, and stomach was then the three that died earlier. I believe God was gone in the chest, right? So one of Shan and George was got in the head and the stomach, right? I believe. Knee, leg. And so the witch is gonna revive soon, which means this episode is almost over, right? So let's see then. I'm gonna check the character files because then I'll maybe be able to actually see it better. Okay, so his knee, 7th Twilight, then 8th Twilight is leg, which I'm guessing is Kumasawa then. Yep. So I believe it was what canon? I believe it was wait, Shan's still alive. Ah, they're not gonna show us because they're not technically dead in everyone's eyes. Not even Gora's dead. Free. Alright, then we won't be able to figure out which Twilights they are. Alright, cool. That's fine. I'm guessing unless Battler finds the bodies, because Battler's the main character, I won't be able to see what Twilights they are. But that's fine.
なるほど。 確かに源氏さんたちが言っていたように二人の首にはひどい傷があるわ。すごく鋭利な、まるで日本刀か何かで切ったかのようにすっぱりね。
Saber sword, that's what it's called, Rosa. They've been sliced by a saber sword. Like, gaping wound on their necks definitely made me want to avert my eyes. But after seeing the Halloween part in the chapel, even though I thought it was horrible, it was no longer enough to make me feel sick. Battler's not even traumatized at this point. He's used to the trauma. When you've been traumatized so much, you're used to the trauma. Imagine that. That's the ultimate move. That's a Kaneki. Holy crap! I've referenced so many series this part of Umineko. But that is literally Kaneki. Yeah, Kaneki's been traumatized so much. He got used to the trauma. I mean, he became trauma incarnated. Yeah. Instead, our gazes were directed to their legs. The 7th and 8th Twilight! In Dr. Nanjo's knee and Kumasawa's leg. Ankle. Driven into each of them was something like a knife or a stake with a demonic decoration. Okay, so one of the 7 stakes. Okay. They would surely be the same as the one that had pierced Jessica's back.
これは何なの？ジェシカちゃんの時と同じね。何かオカルトの儀式のつもり。
Is this supposed to be some kind of occult ritual, I wonder?
わかりません。彼らの遺体を最後に見た時にはこのようなものはありませんでした。
Okay, Genji, but you have a vague idea it's got to do with Beato, yeah?
使用人室から運び出された後にやられたのでしょう。
Maybe it was done after they were carried out of the servant crew. The one that had been stuck into Dr. Nanjo's knee was still standing erect. But the one that had been thrust into Kumasawa's ankle might have been a little shallower. Interesting. Interesting. It had come out and fallen over. Interesting. I wonder if that's telling something, or maybe that's just body anatomy, making it so that you thrust someone in the ankle, and it's gonna come out and fall over. I wonder if that is actually something. There's actually something there. So it was only when I saw that one that had fallen over, that for the first time I realized that it wasn't a knife, but something like a stake. Its full length was probably about 30 centimeters. Actually, it's 30 centimeters. Dang! That long? Including the demonic symbol and everything, right? 30 centimeters. Yeah, that's actually longer than I thought they were. That's longer than I thought they were. 30 centimeters. Okay, that's decent length actually. It was probably made out of bronze or iron or something of the sort. Yeah, 30 centimeters, that's like a third of a meter almost. That's a lot, actually. Yeah. Okay. It's longer than I thought. I would have guessed it was something like 20 centimeters, actually. Yeah, I feel like if I had to guess, I would have guessed 20 centimeters, maybe even a bit less. 30 is a bit longer than I thought. Alright, anyway. I mean, obviously this is just based on Battler's eye guess, of course, eye view, but even then, I feel like if it was 20 centimeters, you'd know with your eye view, yeah, that's around 20 centimeters. You'd know, like, if something was 20 or 30 centimeters, you'd see the length difference. Although, you could also argue how close is Battler to the object, because if Battler is really close, then you can tell more exact. Anyway, not a big deal, I'm just talking randomly here. Even without touching it, I could tell that it had some weight to it. It was composed of a grip and a cone-shaped part, and it was obviously made to be a piercing weapon. Maybe you could describe it like a miniature version of those lances Western knights used on horsebacks. I guess. The grooves that had been carved in a spiral shape made it look like a drill. I've seen this before, yeah. However, the grip had an occult-like design of a demon or something. So instead of a weapon used in war, it felt like something that would be used in a ritual to offer up a sacrifice.
間違いない。生贄の罪なんだな。
They're meant to be sacrifices.
第7の番に膝をえぐりて殺せ。第8の番に足をえぐりて殺せ。
Or the reason why the stake got unstuck, I guess, from Kumasawa's ankle was just to have it so that the rest could see what the stake is about and see that it's something to do with the ritual and get this realization, right? That's probably why Beato did that then, why she unstuck it. Similarly to how she did it in episode 1. She unstuck the stake there too. I believe when Genji and the others died in episode 1. Alright.
待てよ。それじゃ第4、5、6の番が抜けちまう。
That's because they've already happened.
まさか。
They've already left out the 4th, 5th, and 6th Twilights. Don't tell me your tell is absolutely correct, Battler. That's right. Hey y'all, Genji's right here. Genji used to be with them. Rosa, Genji's right here. Is she not gonna start suspecting Genji or something? He was the last person to be with them. Just saying. Rosa might start suspecting Genji here in a second. If we start going by the whole 4th, 5th, and 6th Twilight thing business. Why is Genji alone? If something like this had happened, why wouldn't George, Gora, or Shannon be here? Why was Genji-san alone?
どういうこと？ジョージ君たち3人はどこへ行ったの？
Where did George and the other two go?
夏日奥様のお部屋を探し物に行きたいと言われました。お出かけになりました。まだお戻りになりません。
They left for Natsu's room and they have not returned yet.
なんだって。その出かけたってのはいつ頃の話なんだよ。
You say they left. When was that?
2、3時間前のことだと思います。
Oof, it's been a while since they died then. 2 or 3 hours ago, I believe. Yeah, then, yeah, they must have left. They must have died about 2 hours ago. That's a while ago to die.
そんな。なんでそんな大事なことをやっちゃなくて。なんで不審に思わなかったんだよ。
Why didn't you say something that important? Wait, no, why didn't you think that was suspicious?
常に一人、使用人は待機していなくてはなりません。彼らが戻るまで待機しているのは私のお務めでした。
Genji makes a good point. It's his duty to wait for the orders until they returned. Was Genji-san really this much of a robot? Hey, don't come after my boy Genji like that. This is bad, it's really bad. The fact that Dr. Nanju Kumasawa-san had been killed in this way meant that 3 people had already been killed, correct? We ran towards Aunt Nazi's room, uh-oh. With a touch of anxiety and just as much resignation, uh-oh. Before we even saw the inside of Aunt Nazi's room, we were imprisoned by a certain resignation. On the door's bizarre graffiti, no filth? Oh, is it going to be a magic circle? I gotta write it down then. I'll do it after the part was over, right, I forgot. I will just slow the part down. Alright, I'll write down the magic circle after the party's over. In any case, the door wasn't in a normal state, and we were able to imagine what was inside that room without opening it. Right. On the face of the door, how should I say it? There's a magic circle, right? Someone had heavily painted their hands with the same red paint that the magic circles from before had been drawn with, and had banged on the door, scratched it, dirtied it. Okay, never mind then. No magic circles this time. Wait a minute. Scratched it, dirtied it. Reminds me of Nazi's room, man. Every time something dirties it with paint. The same thing had happened during episode 1. There was paint on the doorknob that Genji and Natsu noticed, right? So, what is with Natsu's door, y'all? Is it really this the charm that you got from Jessica and Maria, or was it spirit mirror? Natsu, what are you playing at? It was dirty like the aftermath of a kindergartner playing in the mud. I didn't know what it could mean. The bright red paint that had been slathered on was dripping down, and even though no one said it, it made us think of blood. You know what's gonna be in there when you open it, right? Okay, Genji, please open it. Auntie Rosa held her gun up high and ordered Genji-san to open it. Genji-san approached the door without being particularly troubled by that stuff on it and turned the knob. But he immediately turned around, shaking his head. Huh? He turned around shaking his head, why? Can he not open it? Is the door locked from the inside or something? Does he need the master key? And he needs the master key. But did Beato also cause a locked room here then or something? It was locked. Right now there was only one person in this mansion who could lock and unlock doors at will. Auntie Rosa! Correct, because they took the master keys from Genji, and if they were killed in there, and the room was locked from the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, does Kinzo have any keys? Why have they decided not to visit the study yet? I feel like at this point, you gotta visit the study. How's Kinzo doing? How's Kinzo doing, y'all? This time, Genji-san asked Auntie Rosa to unlock the door instead of the other way around. After making a slightly disgruntled face, Auntie Rosa handed me a master key and told me to open the door. Wait, me? You want me to do it? Yikes, you're asking an 18-year-old to go to the scene of a crime of my cousin and two of the servants from my family. Just there? You're really asking me to do that, Auntie Rosa? Okay, I'll do it. Would you open it for me with this? Aye, Captain.
そのくらいのこと、ケンジさんを信用しても。
Just trusting Genji-san with something like that wouldn't. There's also they had Natsu's key with them, right? So yeah, this is definitely a locked room situation here too, because Rosa had all the master keys, and we're assuming, come on, Berto's not gonna be that vague about it. We're just gonna go ahead and assume that the only way to unlock the door is the master keys and Natsu's personal key for the room. So this is the fourth locked room situation this time around. The first one was the chapel, which Battler sort of cracked, but he didn't solve it, but he kind of just cracked it a bit. Then we had Jessica's room. Yeah, he failed big time there. Then it was the servant room. That's also a big failure. Now this one, good luck doing this one, Battler. Kinzo, what's Kinzo doing? Are you really gonna suspect Kinzo at this point? I mean, you can't really suspect Genji. Where did he get a master key from? I mean, it's all in the dumps. You definitely can't suspect Genji if not his keys in there, and Rosa had all the master keys, and we're assuming in red. Come on, Beato's gonna say this in red. That those are the only way to open the room. Then you can't say it's Genji. Are you gonna say it's Kinzo? Huh? Kinzo? It can't be you three. You were all in the parlor together. You even had... Is that why she... No, then why did she check if the windows and stuff in the parlor were locked? Why did Rosa do that? Why did Rosa do that? Battler. Because they were all in the parlor. Everything was locked from the inside in the parlor. They cannot theorize that, yeah, Battler, Maria, or Rosa did any of the killings. Come on, man. This is getting crazy. At this point, how can you not believe in witches? Believe in witches. Auntie Rosa glared at me with an intense gaze. Getting into a fight here would only make the environment turn even more sour. I mean, the environment doesn't get more sour than this. There's 3 dead bodies in there. The 4th and 5th and 6th twilight. Without talking back anymore, I approached that creepy door and tried the knob. It didn't open. Huh? Why? It was definitely the resistance of the lock. So then why don't you unlock it then? That was your whole job. I stuck the master keys into the keyhole. Clunk. A light resistance. While listening to Auntie Rosa as she told me to be cautious, I opened the door without being particularly cautious at all. The sound effect for door openings. And there was the scene laid out before us, not betraying our expectations in the slightest. So Gora should be dead around the door opening-ish, right, at the front of the door, while the other 2 should be dead around here, right, around this dresser, because that's where they found the spirit mirror and were defending themselves, right? Hidoi! Well, I was gonna say Sugo Hidoi, but yeah, you know, I'll stop. I can't speak Japanese, I'm good. Hidoi. Horrible.
やっぱり第4、5、6の版の再現だったな。
It was a reproduction of the 4th, 5th, and 6th files. Yeah. The what? Yon, Go, and Roku. See that, guys? Japanese right here. No, I'm not Japanese, but that was Japanese. See that? See that? Okay, I can say those numbers in Japanese. I learned it from Lucci himself. No one else. Twilights. The inside of the room looked as though a robber had just broken in. Drawers were flung open, pulled out with their contents thrown all over the floor. The room devastated so that it looked nothing like the room of the methodical Aunt Nazi. But the thing that caught the eye before that was Gora's-san's body lying face down right in front of the door. Yeah, that's probably the first thing they saw, right? One of those demon stakes had been rammed right into the center of his chest, almost as though it had been stuck there to finish off a vampire. The chest, right? Yeah, because we knew that. We knew Goro got in the chest. We knew he was the 5th Twilight, I believe. Yes. I think he's the 5th Twilight, because the stomach is the 6th Twilight, and then the head is the 4th Twilight. So, we knew Goro was going to end up being the 5th Twilight. Alright. Exactly how far would it have reached after being stuck that deeply into his chest? My own chest hurt just imagining it in it. What's the 5th Twilight? Alright, so who got in the stomach? Was it Shannon or George? And who got in the head? Maria grabbed my hand. As long as you're with me, you're safe, Battler. Her expression looked just like normal. But maybe she really was afraid of the aura in this room where the 3 bodies lay. I think she might be just trying to comfort you, you know? And along the wall farthest into the room, George Aniki was dead. What about Shannon? Shannon's not there. I'm also thinking, so Rosa just has no problem at this point in time caring about showing her daughter these awful bodies, right? I mean, come on, one of them is her own cousin. 2 of them are Nanjo Kumasawa outside. I mean, Rosa is not even gonna attempt to hide it from Maria. She's not even gonna tell Genji or Battler to close her eyes. No, she just go ahead and look. I mean, you're already traumatized with your uncle's and aunt's death from earlier. I mean, this you know what? This is another day in the week. I mean, another hour in the day, I should say. You're used to this, daughter. I guess Rosa doesn't really care about that at this stage. This time, one of those stakes had been rammed right into the center of his stomach. Okay, so he's the 6th one. Okay. Gouge in the stomach was the 6th one, I think. Correct. Ooh! Why does Shannon get all these spreads? Shannon Chan's body was face down over the front of the dresser, lying in a sea of blood. Dang. Let's see. This was the button, right? Yeah. Dang. Why does Shannon get all these spreads, yo? She got the beautiful shield spreads. Now she's getting this spread. She also got a spread when she when she took the ring from George. This visual, the artist, or you know, I mean, they really focus on giving Shannon her art. This visual novel, right? I feel like she's the one that's gotten the most spreads. I hope Battler and the rest get more spreads too. I mean, Rosa got a really good spread. I'm happy with Rosa's gun spread. But yeah, Shannon's gotten a lot. Maria got a fantastic spread with her eye in episode 1. I like that. Alright. In its horribly broken mirror, sprayed with blood, had she seen her final worldly expression? So wait, check her head. The stake should be in her head, right? Because she was face down, I couldn't see her face, but I could imagine even without seeing it. Right, the stake in her head, right? Just like Eva. Eva got caught too in episode 1. I don't think she was the second Twilight's victim, but you know, she also got caught in the head with a stake. Nearby, in the sea of blood she lay in, a demon's stake had fallen. Oh, out of her head then. Only the fourth Twilight was left. Gosh, the head and kill. Check her head. Maybe my heart was completely tired out and dead. Even though I knew what I was doing was wrong, I lifted her head and checked, and confirmed that my guess was right on the mark. And there was a gaping hole in Shannon Chan's forehead, and her insides were dripping out. That's a big yikes. Not only that, you could even see inside her. Ah, come on now, get the head away from me. You checked that it was the fourth Twilight. You're done now. After seeing that, I finally noticed that what I was doing was wrong. I immediately averted my eyes, but by now it was probably pointless.
こらバトラ君、警察が来るまでそっとしておかないとダメよ。勝手に触ってどういうつもり？せっかくの現場証拠がおかしくなっちゃったらどうするのよ。
What would you do if your precious evidence gets disturbed? Ow! The police! Now we get to see Rosa's, some of Rosa's dress and her left hand, along with Shannon's body there. Yay, extra spread. Does this count as some of Rosa's spread? I don't know. Sure. Auntie Rosa yelled furiously at me and even yanked the back of my collar. Whoa, that bad? Okay. I tottered limply and fell on my butt and gazed dimly up at the ceiling. Yeah, Battler at this point is dead inside. He's just, this is depression. Maria, did we get to the Golden Land? This is the Golden Land time. We better get ready for this, right, Maria? What was the 8th Twilight again? Oh, that's what you meant. You just meant the ending of everything. Okay, got it. Oh, come on, I should have checked. I should have checked, but I'm pretty sure it's the witch revives and none shall be left alive. So we're all dead now. Yeah. On the 9th Twilight, the witch revives and none shall be left alive. So we're about to die soon. And this episode should be over then, right? He did a Genji pause there. That pause was too long. I'm sorry, Battler. I would have let you finish talking, but holy crap, you did such a long pause. Uh, she's gonna bestow 4 treasures. Wasn't that the 10th Twilight?
第10の晩に旅は終わ
Ah,
り黄金の里に至るだろ
yeah. We reach the home of the gold and we get 4 treasures.
う黄金鏡の扉はもうすぐ開かれるんだよもうすぐ
Very soon the door to the gold land will be opened. Very soon.
魔女は蘇り誰も生き残れはしない俺たちはこれから死ぬのか
We are going to die, yes.
それともこれで生贄の儀式は終了で俺たちの旅は終わり黄金鏡へたどり着けるのか
Or is the sacrificial ritual over now and our journey will end and we can make it to the golden lands? I don't know, Battler. Is the journey ending? Is the sacrificial ritual really over? I don't really know, man.
何が俺たちの旅だ
He's crying too.
俺たちは今日一日犯人を見つけよう事態を打開しようと散々頭をひねって何も至れなかったバカの考え休むに似たりってやつだ
It's like they say, thinking stupid is no better than sleeping. Is that really like they say? And then I'm gonna start saying that now too. Stop thinking stupid. Might as well sleep.
そうさ俺たちは今日一日ずっと憎悪と疑心暗鬼で自分を焼き焦がした
You're saying you should have spent the day solving the riddle.
死んだ人間しか信用できないって言ってわざわざ3人の死に顔をここまで確認に来たんだぞこんな俺たちがどうして黄金鏡とやらにたどり着けるっていうんだよ
If we're like this, how can you say we can make it to the golden lands? That's right, if nothing could be solved, it would have been much better if we had locked ourselves up the whole time without thinking at all. Grandfather was the wisest of us. He's been shut up in his room since yesterday without any contact with anyone. That would have been fine. Grandfather was the most correct.
大丈夫だよバトラーマリアといれば大丈夫
If you read me, it'll be alright.
魔女はとても気まぐれで時に面白半分に人間を殺すかもしれない恐ろしい存在だけれど
Witches are fickle, kill humans for fun sometimes. Terrifying indeed.
でもマリアと一緒にいれば絶対に大丈夫だから怯えないで
It'll be alright if you're together with me, so don't be afraid.
ありがとうな気休めでも嬉しいぞ
Even if that's just to comfort me, it makes me happy. It comforted me, like I said earlier. Maria, I actually feel safe with Maria, you know. You and her are the only 2 people to survive both episodes. You know that, right? You two have this special connection. It's the butler. I said it in the worst Japanese way possible. It's the most battler. It's the battler Maria duo. There's a duo going on here between battler and Maria. I'm sensing it. I'm seeing it. There's a duo. That's a duo right here. The only 2 survivors of both. I mean, they both die in the end, either way. But I mean, till the end, right? They're both one of the 5 people to survive till the end. So, congrats. After Auntie Rosa finished investigating their deaths, she proclaimed that she would seal this room again. Chased the rest of us out, stole back the master key she had lent me, and locked the door again. Alright. Alright, sure. It seemed that Joe Janiki had been holding the original key to Aunt Nancy's room. Okay, so the key is inside. Good. So it was a locked room. Got it. She had also collected that. Of course she had. Wait a second. She had all the master keys in her hand. Yeah, Yeah, it's a perfectly locked room. You haven't noticed already, Battler? I guess that's probably didn't make you notice. And if the original key had been shut up inside that room, wasn't this another locked room? Absolutely correct. Yes. It's horrible stuff. So this is a fourth locked room, and this is probably the best locked room yet. This is probably the best locked room yet, honestly. Well, the seventh room one was pretty good, to be fair. Now that we had been released from our suspicion of those three, we once again return to the parlor. I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. If only the dead are safe and everyone alive is a wolf. And all that's left is me, Auntie Rosa, Maria, and Genji-san. And Kinzo? Kinzo? We have not heard a peep from Kinzo in like 30 parts. So, we've talked about him a decent bit though. Only those. Grandfather and that 19th person. Well, true. Beato is the extra guest, that's true. The guest who hadn't even sensed. Beatrice. Right, Beato hasn't even met Beatrice yet. Not even her human form, has he? He's only met her witch form in the alternate dimension. Oh, and he's had plenty of discussions with her. 13 people had died and 6 were left. Oh wait, what? Eh? With only 6 people, how the wolves and sheep puzzle end, I wonder. Yeah, 6 people, yeah, 'cause there's 19 in total. Even though the puzzle which had 19 people in it had been reduced to a mere 6, I couldn't find my answer. Yeah, the puzzle which had 2 hats. I like to see the 2 hats. We returned to the parlor. I felt a little anxious that, while we were gone, a creepy magic circle or something might have been drawn on the door to the parlor, but thankfully there was none. There might be a letter, you know. Actually, knowing Beato, there's definitely a letter in there in the parlor right now. Oh heck yeah! Heck yeah! It's probably a letter from Beato, like, oh now there's just you left. Alright, time for the journey to end and reach the home of the gold. That's what the letter says at this point. She's probably left a letter in there. Knowing Beato, that's a classic move. An envelope with a Ushiromiya crest and everything. And Ushiromiya crest. This is far enough. Please rest for the day.
かしこまりました。
Yeah, Auntie Rose is not going as hard for Genji here, I feel like, because she knows he didn't have the master keys, and because Nazi's key was in the. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say because of that, and because Nazi's keys was with George, but just because we know in red that those are the only keys that can open the door, we already know that Rose is suspecting that the servants hold more master keys that she's not giving them. She's not giving her. So yeah, it's actually crazy that she's not going as hard for Genji. But I guess at this point she's just.
これで休ませていただきます。
Then if you'll allow me to rest.
おい、ローザおばさん。この状況下で、ゲンジさんをたった一人で過ごさせるっていうのかよ。
You're saying that you leave Genji all alone in a situation like this?
そうね。とても危険なことだと思うわ。
I do think it's very dangerous.
でも、ならなぜ彼は無事なの？
Yeah, here we go. He's probably got another master key that he hasn't shown us. Is that what you're gonna say, Rosa?
彼は3人が夏日姉さんの部屋へ向かった後、ずっと一人でいた。なのに無事だった。
And yet he's safe.
狼と羊のパズルよ。
He's the wolf.
最も弱い立場となる孤立した羊が無事な理由は何？
Why would an isolated sheep, a sheep in the weakest position, be safe? Maybe because the wolf and sheep puzzle did a bunch of bullcrap. It doesn't work against witches.
狼がたまたまいなかったんだろ
When you're playing a game with a witch, there's no such thing as wolves. All of us are sheep. We were sheep all along. Kinzo's the outlier.
違うわ。
Chigawa.
それが羊じゃなかったからよ。
Because it wasn't a sheep. So how do you explain the 3 deaths? Aren't the dead people always sheep? What?
源氏さんが狼だって言うのかよ。
I think Genji's a wolf and managed to 1v3 the sheep. That goes against the rules of the wolves and sheep game, doesn't it? You said that sometimes in real life, yeah, sure, 2 wolves can beat 2 sheep, for example. But you never said an outnumbered wolf can still win, Rosa, with this rule.
彼は一人で厨房にいたそうだけど、それは証明不能よ。南條先生たちの死体を運んだり、ジョージ君たちを殺したりできたのは彼かベアトリーチェだけなのよ。
The only ones who could have done all that were him and Beato.
待てよ。その論法じゃ誰だって。
The argument, anyone.
バトラー様、お気遣いをありがとうございます。
Battler, thank you for your concern.
私は信頼を勝ち得るのは常に100の言い訳ではなく、一つ
Dang.
の誠実であると信じています。
That is another quote. Yo, this visual novel has so many quotes. I swear, man. So many quotes. I believe that trust will be won not with 100 excuses, but with a single unending faithfulness. Crazy. Where did you gain that ideology?
たとえ信頼をいただけなくても、私は最後まで誠実でありたいと思います。
Even if I'm not able to gain your trust, I wish to be faithful until the end.
源氏さん。
Genji's so exemplary.
なら決まりね。あなたが本当に無実なら、それは明日やってくる警察が証明してくれるわ。だからそれまでの間、あなたを疑いから外すわけにはいかない。
So until then we cannot remove you from suspicion? Okay.
長年後ろ宮家に仕えてくれたあなたにこんな仕打ちをするのは本当に心苦しいんだけれど、今夜は分かってください。そして明日になったらもう一度仲直りさせてください。
You said these exact words before, Rosa, back when we were in the servant room, and then right after that you said, you can't trust servants. How do you know there are only 5 master keys? That's what you said, right? Genji-san gave his head a small shake.
今日も明日も私は後ろ宮家の使用人であり続けます。ご用がありましたらいつでもお申し付けください。それでは失礼させていただきます。
Alright, if you'll excuse me. After hearing all that, there was nothing left to say. Genji-san bowed deeply and left down the hall. Bye, Genji. And we entered the room. Even though Auntie Rosa still held all the master keys herself, she began another thorough check of the inside of the parlor. This again? Why is she doing this again? She opened the curtains and checked again to make sure the windows were locked. Is she doing this to make sure nobody entered or exited the room? Is it because she thinks she has all the keys, so only some of the master keys would have been able to enter or exit? What's she trying to prove with this? I don't understand why she's doing that, actually. I don't understand why she's checking the curtains, the windows, and stuff. As I watched, how should I say it? I felt like it didn't really matter anymore. If I said anything unnecessary, it would turn into another fight. For a while, I gazed at her from the corridor. I figured I had waited just about long enough and entered the parlor behind her. If she can't trust anyone but the dead, she should just go around killing everyone with the gun she's got in her hand. And then in the end, she'll realize that she herself was the wolf. Oof! Aha, get it? Because that's the noise wolves make. Alright. Terrible. Okay, and and then she can blast through the head of the final wolf, and the curtain will close on this insane murder theater. That's really what it's felt like, huh? As I thought that bitterly, I returned to the sofa where I had been encamped before, and rudely rested both my feet on the table. I mean, at this point, who cares about being rude? I mean, yeah, everyone's dead. Ah, I actually want to see the character files. Um, yeah, the character files. I want to see, yeah, what it says regarding Shana and the rest. Died in Natsu's room with her forehead having been pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. On the fourth twilight, Garza hadn't killed. She got to spend her last moments with the man she loved. Okay, the fifth twilight was Gora. Where's Gora? There he is. Died in Natsu's room with his chest having been pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. The chef's goose was cooked. Funny, funny. Good one, Beto. The chef's goose was cooked. Great. Fantastic. Okay, next. Sixth twilight, where's George? Georgie, he got his stomach. Alright, Darius is in his stomach, having been pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. It's hard to say, but they might have been chosen the second twilight. They might have been, but you decided to change your mind, even though she went against your wishes and decided to take George's ring. What was that about? Okay, so seventh twilight, I believe, was Nanjo. His corpse, which had gone missing, was later found in the courtyard. At that time, it was found with a weapon shaped like a stake having been rammed into the knee. That finishes up the seventh twilight. Kimosawa Chiyo. Actually, I keep forgetting that. Yeah, Chiyo. She shares the name with Chiyo from Naruto. It was really cool when she fought Sasori with Sakura, and that was also the coolest Sakura's ever been. And then she sacrificed. Okay, now not that. This happened like, well, 12 years ago, over a decade ago. I don't care. Yeah, she sacrificed herself. Get it? Okay. So it's minor. Honestly, minor Naruto spoiler. There you go. To be fair, I spoiled Kogias earlier. Kogias also like 15 or 16 years old at this point. Old series. I mean, I'm saying old. They're not that old, but they're old enough that. I mean, come on. Something from over 10 years ago, really? I mean, I've at least I put the spoiler for Kogios. For Naruto, yeah, I didn't, but you know. That happened even long. When did the sorcery fight happen? And her sacrifice, actually. That must have been like 2007, 8. 2008, I'm guessing. Probably around that time. So it's been a while, okay? Probably around the time this visual novel was made. That's how long ago since that sacrifice or that happened. So come on now. If you've read this visual novel, come on. Anyway, okay. Anyway, her corpse again missing. Later found in courtyard. At that time was found. Blah blah blah. That finished up the eighth fight as well. Okay, so now Andrew and Kumasawa together. Okay. Do we have everyone at this point? I think we've checked Jessica, right? She must have been happy. Yeah. So we've checked everyone. Have we checked Canon too? Oh yeah, his death is even without corpse, his death is incontrovertible because he was cleared in red. Okay, yeah, Genji's still alive. He's still going at it. All right, cool. Kinzo is still about. Sure, we don't even know what he's doing. Man, he's close though. All right, and Beato, yeah, VIP room. I love her boots. Still love her boots. Alright, sure. Or I was about to when I found something there and stopped my feet. Letter, just like I guessed. I guessed this. Let's go. Well, that was kind of predictable too, though. A letter, right? What is this? Could be a memo, just like the one that was given to Shannon, but I feel like a letter makes more sense. That's more Beatrice like. Yep, classic. A classic letter, an envelope. Letter, what? I should call it an envelope rather than a letter. That's more accurate, but you get the point. We all know what I was talking about. Okay, right there, almost as though it was addressed to me, was a Western envelope. It was that envelope from before with the seal of the one-winged eagle, and it was unopened. Open it. Wait. Yes, sir, Battler. Is that why Rosa checked the windows and that? Did she expect that someone would put a letter down here before even I did? She's like, oh, we've received enough letters. That's probably the next step, right? But did y'all lock? Okay, did y'all lock the parlor before y'all left? Because if y'all didn't lock the parlor before y'all left, then the door was open for someone to come in and put the letter here. What is this? When? Who put it in a place like this? I'd been sitting here the whole time until I went with everyone to check the corpses. So yeah, it wasn't Genji, it wasn't Maria, it wasn't Rosa. It was either Beato or Kenzo. Out of the alive, quote-unquote, human people. And there hadn't been anything. And when I returned, it was here!
大丈夫。戸締まりに問題はないわ。この部屋は安全よ。
This room is safe. There's no problem with the locks on the windows. I heard Rosa muttering that. I want to know why she's checking the locks on the windows. I still don't know why, but whatever, let's keep going. Not right now, earlier. Not right now, though. I don't know, maybe she's just being extra secure? For what, though? I guess she is just being extra secure, I guess. Maybe I'm looking too deeply into that. I don't know. Wait. Wait. We had made sure this room was safe when we exited it. We had checked that windows were all perfectly locked. And we had locked it. Okay, locked it, come back, and the windows were still locked. You had locked the parlor room as well? Then yeah. That's a freaking yucksy there. Then, wait, who had put this letter here and how? I opened the letter. 2 pieces of stationery came out. Stationery? Oh, okay, great. The first page had a magic circle drawn on it in something like blood. If I asked Maria, she'd probably know what it meant. And there was writing on the other page. Well, it's her letter to tell us that she's done and she's gonna end the journey to the home of the gold and yeah, golden land stuff.
気分の謎解きは進んでおりますか?
Not at all. Give us more hints, Beato. Beato and the elders didn't put any effort in solving it this episode, but give me more hints, yo. Help me out. I can't solve this riddle.
もうじきあっさり時間切れ。
Oops, pressed the wrong button. Classic me. Oh, me.
第9の番はもうじき始まります。
You'll revive very soon. The ninth fight will start. Great. There was no mistake. It was a letter from Beatrice. I'm gonna end this here. We're gonna check out the letter and the magic circle. She's probably gonna explain what the magic circle is next time. And I want to be here for that, so yeah, I'm gonna end this here. And hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. This has been a pretty predictable part for the most part, right? Unlike last part. Last part was crazy. But this has gone pretty much predictable, right? I mean, Genji found the Kumasawa and Nanjo's body. I feel like I'm not saying I saw that coming. I'm not lying to you guys, okay? But as in, it's not shocking. Basically, it's okay. Makes sense. Okay, he's found the body. Okay, I'm not gonna argue there. And then he goes to Rose and the rest. Okay, makes sense. And then and then with Rosa, they go to check the bodies. Makes sense. Sure, whatever. Rosa still suspect Genji. Cool, whatever. They go back here. They find this letter. As in, it wasn't anything too crazy. You know what I mean? And we found, of course, the bodies, but the 3 people dead in Natsu's room. But again, it's to be expected. Nothing too crazy happened there. Beato has created 2 new locked rooms here, so we have 5 in total now. If you include this parlor now, we have 5 locked dream situations. We put this letter here. Although it's just like in episode 1 as well. In episode 1, the study, someone put a letter there when everyone was looking away. And then we have this magic circle. I bet Mario's gonna explain to us what it means next time. I remember seeing that magic circle in episode 1 as well. I think it has a meaning of maybe praise her name or something. Maybe not. I feel like we'll learn more about it next time though, for sure. Yeah, we're reaching the 9th twilight now, and I think we're gonna end the episode very soon now. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I don't know when exactly it's gonna happen. I feel like when episode 1 ended, it happened out of nowhere for me, in the sense that when I started the part, I wasn't expecting to be done with episode 1 when I started recording that part. But so again, I'm not saying that the next part will be the last part. I'm just saying be ready for it to be any of the incoming parts. Who knows when exactly will be the last part I record. I just hope I'm not like I don't read a part and then after that I'll be 10 minutes away from finishing the whole episode, and then I go, I'm gonna end this here. You know, that would be awful. I don't think I'm in that situation right now. Don't worry. So I do think we have a couple hours left still. So yeah, we'll see what that entails, but yeah, I'm gonna end it for now. We still have no idea what the riddle means, of course, but we've seen all the twilights and we're ready to see the continuation now. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed reading it. And alright, y'all, peace.